I do apologize. We're just waiting on revival. So I'm gonna put on some music in the meantime, and I'm gonna alert the chat whenever you're ready.
Welcome to Crossfire Deep Dive. This is your host, Revival. Sitting beside me is Dallas the Savage, and we're here to bring you another episode for the Crossfire League. We got a special guest here, Dez. It's going to be joining us, and we got a few topics we want to touch base with. Without further ado, let's get into it. Dallas, you want to head into topic one?
Yeah. So, we're going to be starting a new show pretty soon. And the idea of the show is, it's called Behind the Sticks. So what we want to do is we want to get to know like the actual person, behind the controller. We see, people like Joe in the chat going crazy. We see other people talking crazy in the chat, but we might not know really what they do for a living. And, like their upbringing, their past even like game history or whatnot. So we just want to pretty much get to like get a feel for them and like what made them the person that they are today. You know what I'm saying? Get to know them as a person.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about that. Uh, I got to give credit where credit's due. This idea stemmed from you, um, and from the group of us just kind of bouncing ideas off of each other. And I'm excited to definitely get people on there because again, like you said, we only know what we see on the game. I mean, for most people, they usually turn on a PlayStation, pop in Madden, play their game and then get off and then that's it. And then occasionally maybe you pop in general chat tab and you talk your little trash, whatever. And then the chat gets a little bit toxic and gets a little bit weird and then, you just kind of go on about your day. But, um, with this type of show, at least, we'll all be able to have a good idea of like who are you? You know what I mean? Like sort of like put in like not really a face because it's not like we're seeing you, in person or visually, but just kind of get an idea of like your character and who you are, behind the controller.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like you never know. Obviously, like we got 32 users, so like you, and then there's even more people on the wait list. But like 32 users, everybody's living their own separate lives, and so you might not know what like people have in common or like similar games that y'all might play. We all know we play Madden. Um, obviously, whenever I can't think of the game right now, like the new Harry Potter game. Whenever that was out, I saw some talking chat about that, and it was like, oh, okay, like that's like for me, like that's a random thing because like I never knew anybody that played Harry Potter, like video games, but seeing them like connect on that, I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Obviously, some of us play UFC, so it's like you never know, even like from a gaming perspective, and also just like personal life, like what they do for a living, jobs, past jobs, everything like that.
Definitely agree, and that's something like I wanted to chime on too. Is like with the Harry Potter game. I never really played Harry Potter. I think the last time I played Harry Potter was probably the Lego version of it with my son, and I was actually pretty shocked of how many people actually were playing it. And then I know a couple of guys played like the FIFA, whatever. They got the FIFA team going. And one thing, like you were saying, like you don't really know where anybody's at geographically. I didn't even know like the Giants. I believe the Giants user is like in Rochester. Um, One of our co-commiss, Jay Bill, in New York City. Like they're close quarters for me. So I mean, like Jay Bill is more of like a trip, and you know the Giants use is more like, hey, just like an hour, I think like an hour and a half away from where I'm at. So it'd be pretty cool to like kind of know, you don't have to get their specific addresses or whatever, just but kind of like know exactly where people are coming from because, everybody, depending on where you come from, all has a different aspect of life. You know what I mean? Like some people grow up a certain way in certain things, and you got people from on the East Coast, down south, you got people. I think there's someone on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. I think I seen somebody in Pacific Standard Time. You know what I mean? So you got people all different, all different time zones and whatnot. So it'd be pretty cool to kind of just get an aspect. I know, um, Jagoda had put like the food channel in there, and for a moment it was getting pretty cool. Like it was just I was expecting like a lot more, but I don't think like a lot of people kind of engage in it. It sort of became like a fast food channel, but like things like that, you know what I mean, for us to connect to, you know what I mean, like different games. Like I would love to play different games with people, on here besides Madden. I mean, you get your ass kicked in Madden. All right, let's go shoot some shit in Warzone. All right, bet. You know what I mean? Or let's go play. I don't know. MLB The Show. It's dropping on the 28th of March. This month. Or something. You know what I mean? Something to just connect us outside of that because at the end of the day, if it's all just Madden, you know what I mean? We're gonna turn it on and turn it off and go on about our day. But at least if we can kind of feel more connected, I feel like it'll make like more of a sort of like a personal relationship, friendship with other guys in the league. So then that way it just kind of makes it sort of like a brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like, I know whenever it comes to like, I know you mentioned like the FIFA squad. For last FIFA, I played with them. Didn't get the newest one, so can't really, couldn't play with them. But like Warzone, obviously, 2K, like there's so many other games like that people like connect on that we play that like it's like, oh, okay. Like for me myself, I don't know if anybody in chat plays Dragon Ball Z or whatever, but like they announced the newest like Budokai Tenkaichi game, and for me that was like my favorite game coming up. So I don't know if anybody's gonna be getting that, but like, hey, if they get it, just let me know. We can run it up. We can run the fades online.
Yeah, definitely. And like it's just there's a lot of online games that are gonna be coming out. On the P5. I know a big thing would have been really cool to have. I didn't get to experience it, but like when the Division came out, Division 2, those kind of games, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, like those games, you know what I mean? They're all online, multiplayer. And then like of course you have the new Mortal Kombat game I think coming out this year. So that'll be pretty cool if you got any Mortal Kombat heads in here that want to, fight shit out and you know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty cool, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what stems from the show and everything else. Like just bouncing off more ideas off of it.
Absolutely, man, 1,000%.
Um, now, it's because it was your idea. Do you happen to have idea of who you would be interested in, like hearing like as a first person, like sort of like get a backstory of them that you don't really know, or maybe you do know but you don't know a lot about?
I don't have anybody in mind for like the first person. Honestly, I'm one of those people where like I'll just message somebody and ask, or
Mm.
if they message me and be like, "Hey, I'll come on," and like I'm like perfect because then I don't have to worry about messaging anybody. So it's just like, all right, like if you want to, then hey, just throw your head in the bucket, message either me, Jagoda, or Revival. It's fine with me. I don't mind.
Gotcha.
My plan is to get everybody on there, So
Yeah, definitely. I was also thinking too, like I was just thinking about this as I was eating dinner. I was like, what if, once we get through our 32 users and, including ourselves, and once we get through that, what if we can actually sort of like I don't want to say interview because it's not like a job or anything, but sort of like, the guys that are on the wait list, sort of like put them on the show and sort of like give them like, the platform to be like, hey, this is who I am, this is where I came from, whatever, and just kind of give them a backstory. So when they do join the league, we could be like, hey, reference to episode, whatever, 34, 35. And this is when we interviewed them, you know what I mean? And this is what they said they were going to do when they joined the league, and just kind of compare that, you know what I mean? That'd be something pretty cool.
yeah, absolutely. I know it's a couple guys on that wait list to be, like ISO got in there right now talking. I don't know if it's
Mm.
the same guy that's ISO guy that always asks if the Cowboys are open, but there's one guy in the chat, man. He's been trying to get the Cowboys for a while, you know.
Yeah.
Even though it's an admin, it's like he's still trying. So I mean, hey, you gotta
Yeah,
respect.
he gonna keep trying till till the end of Madden, because I don't think my boy Napalm's gonna give him up. At least not this Madden, anyways.
For sure.
All right, so we're gonna go into topic two. Topic two, we're gonna talk about the Commanders with their turnaround season. If you've been following them, looking at their schedule and whatnot, they kind of went like on a sort of a losing streak. They went like 0-4, and then all of a sudden they kind of turned it around. Um, you probably more of an expert on that because they're in your conference. Did you ever actually get the chance to watch some of their games or catch any of their games live?
I know for sure I got to watch part of his game with the Cowboys, and then I got to watch outside of obviously me playing him.
Mm.
I got to watch him play the Giants. I got to watch him play D'Angelo. And that was like that game to me is like one of the crazier games that we've had all season. And I want to say if there's any other. I don't think I watched any. I've yet to watch any other game. I watched this game with the Saints for a little bit, then it started getting ugly. So I said, "All right, time for me to exit the perimeter." But um, just looking at the turnaround that he's made, honestly, it just stems from two things, in my opinion. One, he had a quarterback that he felt he cannot play successful football with and wasn't really playing successful football with and Kyler Murray. So he said, you know what, I'm gonna send gosh, who did he trade? He traded, I believe, Amari Cooper. He traded Amari, Chase Young, and Kyler and something else just to get Joe Burrow. So he went all in on Burrow, and it was looking rough because he was still being a very turnover prone, very inefficient guy with Burrow. But then I would say his biggest flip switch is obviously Burrow does help because he's 99 overall quarterback, has every ability in the game, so you can do whatever you want with that. But his defense is what honestly turned it around because he was allowing some points, and that's really what was hurting him more than anything. His was never really an issue. Obviously the turnovers was an issue, but like him scoring was never an issue outside of his game with Jacob, in which he put up 14. But I'll say his defense has been pretty like stellar. Like versus me, I would say he had a good defensive performance whenever he won 31-28 because his offense gave up 4 turnovers. And me personally, I wasn't fully capitalizing off of them. And then against Billa, 23 points. Then against me the second time, 6. Saints 3. And then 49ers, he whooped 63-7. So I look at his defense like the real key to this turnaround.
I agree. He's got he's got Aaron Donald over there, which Aaron Donald by himself is a monster, especially if you don't use him, just the CPU is able to get sheds. You know what I mean? But if you were able to you user him, like he's literally like one button, you hit the analog stick, take your pick. You know what I mean? He's gonna break through and he's gonna get through your line. And if you don't have no superstar trait O line, he's gonna bully him. And don't let it be anybody like in your 70s, 60s. He's just gonna walk them. And but going back to what you're saying, like I think looking at his games and just kind of judging, and of course we're judging it by scores. We're not, I personally haven't watched, I don't think I've watched any of his games. I think I watched one. I think I watched the Cowboys game. I think I watched that one, and then I believe I tuned in for the 49ers one. Yeah, the 49ers one I was watching. And watching him, the difference between week 3 when he was going against the Cowboys to watching him in week 10, the difference I seen was he was very aggressive on offense and defense, and it, and again the Joe Burrow trade could potentially be a difference along with the the defensive players he got. But I seen a different I don't even know how to pronounce his name, Ogwe, whatever his name is. I just seen a different user out of him. And I don't know, maybe he changed some stuff up. Maybe he went and labbed a little bit. I just seen a different user out of him, and it's going to be pretty scary for anybody that's going against that D line because it's not like you're going to have all the time in the world to throw the ball. You know what I mean? With those guys in the D line, like you're going to have seconds, to really throw the ball, and he showed that when he went against the 49ers. I think that was like more of a statement game for him, kind of like, sort of like mocking the 49ers because the 49ers had the top defense last year and sort of like, well, who's the top defense now? You know what I mean? So I think that was like more of a game for him where he just wanted to kind of like rub it in and be like, yeah, I'm the new top defensive dog now in the league.
Yeah, and so I know this current week, I believe. Well, let me just double check before I say it and I'm wrong. Okay, so I thought me and him were on a bye week the same exact week. So I'm on my bye week this week. He's on his bye week following the win over the 49ers. So then the next stretch of games, he has Fimp, Estrada, and then he has his rematch with D'Angelo. And so, like, for me, the Thimp game is going to be interesting only because it's like, I think it's either going to be a close game that Thimp wins or Commanders is just going to absolutely blow him out.
Okay.
The Rams, I look at that as absolute blowout. The Giants, I look at that as a close game because I just think they play each other very competitively. But outside of those games, and then his rematch with Napalm, I and I'm really kind of leaning towards I don't see him probably losing another game for the rest of the season. At most, he'll lose two. So I mean, and what does that put him at? He's at if he's already at 6-4, so he's probably going to end up being 12-4, or worst case scenario 10-6. But I would lean towards 12-4. So his turnaround is going to be pretty impressive. So as long as he can keep everything going, and also I think with Burrow he's become less. I think he's made better decisions in terms of like he's not forcing as often as he did initially. Like
Mhm.
initially he was really forcing with Burrow a lot. Um, for the most part now he's all about trying to get the ball out quick with some deep shots, but for the most part it's all quick game. So he's
Mhm.
going to try and hit the flats, quick outs. I'm trying to think of this. I'm trying to think of what this rod is called, but it's basically like a skinny post. And he's all about quick game with Burrow, so he's not trying to push the ball deep too often to where he's putting himself in turnover positions. Even though he still does commit them, it's at a far lesser rate than what it was initially.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just and just from my experience, I believe like the abilities and the traits on the quarterbacks they make such a big difference. You know, again, every user is different. Some users are just just great without. Doesn't matter who their quarterback is. They could have you know Joe Flacco as their quarterback and light it up. But I do know that those abilities on those X factor quarterbacks and their superstar quarterbacks, I they make a difference. And some of the traits are actually beneficial. And just having those abilities, I think it makes your life as a user a little bit less stressful, just because like you don't have to feel like you're under stress when you're making throws, because there's some throws that you can make with certain quarterbacks that you can't make with other quarterbacks. They're just going to fit it in those tight spots. They're going to they're going to be able to do those sideline catches. Some of them are able to throw on the run. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can't throw accurately on the run. You know what I mean? And a lot of them have quick release, some of them don't. So I think with him having Burrows now, it's sort of like a weight lifted off his shoulder, and now he can sort of play a little bit more relaxed. But again, the command, the team that I saw, he he just been playing very aggressively, especially on defense, I think.
Um, yeah. So, and especially with him, he has the. I know he has the lead in our division currently. So for him, it's all about just maintaining course. Well, obviously,
Mhm.
whenever you got two massive clogs in Aaron Donald, and I believe he still has Jonathan Allen on his D line. I might be
I
wrong.
think he
No, he still
does.
does. He does. He does. It's tough to run on them, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is definitely tough to run on them. And in general, he's a guy who's gonna line up in 3-4 a lot. Um, anytime you're in less than three wide receivers, if you give him any peck of a run look, he's going to pretty much blitz all his linebackers. That's how he plays it. So he does like to pressure. He's going to try and force the issue. So, I mean, I respect it. Like, he's not going to let you dictate the game. You're going to have to essentially play to his hands. So we'll just see, like, the run that he can, or see how far he can take this team, man.
I will say this, and thanks for reminding me. I will say this: his next three games are sort of like in limbo, and I say this because it's kind of out of his control. Unfortunately, he's actually going to be playing on some terrible Wi-Fi. I mean, like some McDonald's Wi-Fi. Like, hey, do you want extra fries with that shake? That's what you're going to hear in the background his mic when he's playing on that McDonald Wi-Fi. So I think with the Wi-Fi being so bad, there might be games where he might miss time throws and they might turn ugly, especially with good users that he's playing, especially he's playing against Thimp. He might take advantage of that, or it might be games that might be disconnected a lot. And I do know that from watching a lot of games in certain leagues, when a game gets disconnected, that momentum that you kind of carried into that game, I don't know what it is, but it always shifts to the other side, and you know what I mean. And let's just say I don't know Washington goes in there and has momentum, and then I don't know, gets disconnected, loses Wi-Fi connection or something. Then momentum shifts over to the other team, or vice versa. You know what I mean? But I think he might not win the next two games based off of his internet issues.
Yeah, man. Obviously, there's certain things you can't control, like the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is one of those things where you can't control it. I've known people where they might be on Ethernet and they still have issues. Some people have Wi-Fi, so then they're obviously, depending on where you're at. Like me and Thimp, we go to the same school. I don't know if Thimp stays on campus or not, but like for me, if I'm on campus, I feel perfect playing the game because I'm on Ethernet. But if I forget to plug in my Ethernet cord and it's on the school Wi-Fi, I know I'm on a time limit because it's gonna kick me off. Like at one point, so I remember I would play 2K and I might get to like the third quarter, about to enter the fourth, and then boop, kicks me out the game, and there's nothing I can do. And if you play 2K, you already know about that. Like they give you the little band time limits that set for like 30 minutes to
Mhm.
45 minutes. So it can definitely get tricky, man. He just gotta hope he can get a good lead real quick before the Wi-Fi starts to kick in and dictate the game.
Yeah, we got to hope for a quick 28 nothing halftime lead there. And you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I know, especially with the with the Wi-Fi, like my Wi-Fi, I think I get like 300, 400 download, and I still lag. Like especially like playing like online, playing 2K, especially it's the worst. Like I think I tried to play 2K one time. I tried to play Rec online, and I could just tell the timing of my jumper was way off. It was either too fast, too slow. You would lag in the middle of possessions. And then with Madden, the same thing. Like I've played games on Wi-Fi before, and playing those games on Wi-Fi, they make a big difference because it's like you lag in the middle of your throw or your pass, or you lag when you're about to throw the ball. Your opponent doesn't see that lag. They're still running. You know what I mean? You, on the other hand, you're still in the animation of getting ready to throw the ball, and those could make a big difference. And again, even when you're playing a defense, if you're trying to use or something, and you lag, you just stop, or maybe you go a little bit too far to the left or to the right. Um, it definitely could make a big difference. Like I said, I think he's going to lose at least. He's definitely probably going to lose the Cardinals game, playing Thimp, and then he's definitely probably going to lose the next game after that. Um, and I think that's just unfortunate that he has no control of that. But um, you know, we'll see. I mean, maybe he does come out with the win. I mean, maybe the lag and the Wi-Fi stays stable enough for him to get a good lead, and then he just sort of has that. He can sort of dictate that win and just be like, well, I was up, 35 nothing, so let me get the win. I highly doubt it the next game, but you never know. I mean, any given Sunday, Madden is Madden.
Yeah. And quick side note before we transition to the next topic, like I see people didn't know that me and Thip go to the same school. Like that was like one of the first things I learned whenever I joined Crossfire. Because
Mm,
I had said something about school, and then somebody was like, "What school you go to?" And I was like, "TAMUC." And then they were
mm.
like, "Well, Tim go there too." And I was like, "Ain't no way." And then he was like, "Nah, I really do." I was like, "Oh shoot! Like what the hell?" Small world, small world, small world. But
Yeah.
shoot, man, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and transition to our next topic, which is Actually, I'll let you take the lead on it.
All right. Yeah. So this next thing we want to do is want to start off with this, sort of like, come on, man moments. Those moments where you're just, you're like, what are you doing? We might be off of, sort of like, off timing on this one. But looking at some of these plays, you'll see some plays that, you're like, what's going on here? And like I said, I know we had this, we talked about it and whatnot, and we're trying to get some of the timing down on here. I do know that Jagoda definitely sent the link and whatnot, so I'm gonna try to see if I can kind of sort of coordinate with that, so I can kind of sort of like coordinate with that, you know what I mean? So I'm not off like talking about something else and then okay. Yeah, Jagoda, I'm ready whenever you are. I'm watching it on there.
They go back to the air here after the INT
so
on the last drive.
Our first come on, man. Looks like the the Dolphins throwing the ball, or the Patriots throwing the ball. He throws the interception, and then the Patriots get the ball after he threw the ladder like twice. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And then our second one, we have the Chargers here. He's doing an RPO. He's looking to throw to his receiver. He throws it over him. Come on, man. And then we have our final clip. Here's the Chargers right here. He's looking for that dot.
I don't feel like there is.
Here he comes.
He might be a little nervous,
he has no hands. Come on, man.
I'll be slinging that rock. I'm going to be locking
up. And then
up.
we have our famous
it's gonna be a
good old Joe Dean Packers. I got ice in my veins, and I'm going to smoke them. I'm going to blow them out by 50.
Congratulations, Ken!
And after this, that's the ending.
Champion.
Kenny with the field goal for the win. Come on, man.
Man.
So, I know I fucked that one up. I apologize. I had a couple of drinks and the timing was a little off, but, it's my bad. I'm my bad for fucking the timing up. But what'd you think about those clips there, Dallas?
Man. So obviously, the Joe Dean clip is going to be in like the Crossfire Hall of Fame for clips, just because of like the magnitude of how he was talking pregame, and then everybody essentially riding with Joe Dean besides like two people, and then we saw how the game went. Obviously, legendary. The first play, Jagoda, you got the interception. Just, return it. You don't got to pitch it. You don't got to. This man got one little double lateral pick six and don't know how to act no more, man. I tell you, just play the game the right way, man. The Chargers, man, the little RPO bubble screen, that's happened to me a couple times. So, I fully understand, the receiver doesn't feel like catching the ball. He just feels like watching the talent show that day. Then the second Chargers clip, which I mean, this man done got a double clip for come on, man, and then just coming off of a 2-game suspension too. So it's a lot of come on mans with him. The fact he exposed himself could have been in come on, man. How you expose yourself to a suspension? That don't make sense. How you snitch on yourself? But, the deep pass, perfect pass, and the receiver just bobbles the ball. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have had to bench that receiver if that was my guy. You know what? He can sit in the bench and watch from the sidelines. He can hold the punter's clipboard. What do you think about that? I think the Packers one, definitely. Because he like we were there. We did the interview. He was talking so much shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's just talking hella shit, and it was just like I give kudos to Ken because he kept it professional. I mean, that could have gotten a little bit back and forth and sort of like a arguing match back and forth, but he kept it respectful. Like he just he kept it quiet, kept it humble, and he was just like he's just sitting there quiet. And then I know when he got that win, he kicked that field goal for the win. I know like after that he's probably like he probably pumped up and like, yeah, fuck you, like, yeah, you top offense, you threw for 8,000 yards and you still got no Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, and even this season, like I think he's won 8 straight, so he's heading back towards I would think the postseason.
He ain't won no 8 straight. He ain't won no 8 straight.
I thought I could have sworn he said
he lost again to AJ.
Oh, okay. So I could have swore he won
700 rushing yards in 2 games, bro. Like, what is going on, dog? This man AJ ain't beat a snot bubble out of somebody, but will run for 700 yards on Joe Dean in 2 games.
Oh, that's a weird one. I mean, it's just like I think he just wants to let him know, like, yeah, you can win the division, but I still own you. You're still, I'm still your daddy. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Like, I don't care. I'll go 2-15 in this season, but I'm gonna own you for both games I still play you. But no, I could have swore. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the news thing there. It says it looks like it says the Jaguars have now won 8 straight after defeating the Falcons 49-22, and that was.
Oh my bad! I thought you said Packers.
Oh no, I'm not talking about. No, we're not talking about that guy. That guy's old news now. Comp in the league. That man's he's all washed up. We're not worried about him no more. Throwing to Christian Watson anymore. But but I'm just talking shit.
Conference, so,
I know. Yeah, I know. But no, but in all seriousness, like the Jaguars definitely, is definitely playing up to par with what he's doing. Like, I think if anything, he's a lot more, a little bit more competitive now. I don't know what his record was last season, but I know that, like I said, winning 8 straight is definitely no walk in the park. I mean, it definitely takes some skill to do that, no matter who you're playing.
I want to say he went 11-6.
Okay.
Because he has 6 losses whenever he played in the Super Bowl. So 11-6.
That's right.
He either won 11-6 or 10-6-1, which I want to say it was 11-6.
Yeah, it was 11-6 because now it's 18 games in the season now, so now they 17 games in. So yeah, so I mean 8-1. I mean, he's on pace to probably surpass that. I mean, I don't know who he plays. Do you have his schedule pulled up or anything like that?
He has. He just beat the Falcons this week by 27. He has the Titans win, Browns win, Ravens is probably going to be a Jags win. Then he has a couple. Well, he has a 3-game stretch that I think is interesting, or 4-game stretch, really 3. But Ravens, Bucks, Panthers, and Niners. He has those teams week 13 through week 16.
Okay, I think the Ravens.
Panthers, Niners.
Yeah, Ravens and Bucks might be a good game. I think it depends on which Ravens team shows up, because we've seen the one Ravens game. It looked like a different Ravens user, and I don't know what the 49ers like. I think that's like I think he got crushed morally when he played the Washington team. And, that 63-7. I mean, that's. You get beat like that, that's one of those, just kind of turn the game off and you don't even go in chat. You just kind of leave it alone, and you just wait for the little notification thing to pop up on your phone. So, but it'll be pretty interesting to see like what happens in the next couple of weeks. But I think he surpasses 11-6. I believe he can definitely do that with his schedule.
Yeah, man, that's for sure, man. That's for sure. You ready to bring on our guest for the hour? Guest of the hour,
yeah.
Man of the hour.
Yeah, definitely. Let's bring on Dez. I mean, the guy that took these piss poor Panthers that were on suicide watch to now bringing them competitively.
What's going on, bro?
Dez, are you here? You here?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
There we go. So Dez, quick introduction to your season. the former Panthers user started the season off losing his first game, and then he lost his next two games by a combined 124-0. And then you came in and took the Panthers and have not looked back since on a phenomenal win streak. How are you feeling with your performance so far this season?
It's a whole lot of defense, to be honest. My quarterback he's not bad, but he is bad.
Okay.
But honestly, I just been playing a lot of defense. I don't think I've given up a second half touchdown all season since I came in. Maybe at least like
Okay.
one. It's at least less than 3. So as long as I keep playing defense, it's fine.
Okay. Obviously, this is you can tell me if I'm wrong. I believe I was told that this is like your second time being in the Crossfire. You were previously in Crossfire. So I got a quick question. What was that first run like, and then what made you want to come back to the Crossfire League?
The first it was super dope. It was really competitive. It was fun. All the graphics and stuff like that. Kind of really what brought me to the league. I thought that was cool. And at the time I was still, I mean, I guess I'm still kind of am doing it, but I was like grinding Twitch, like streaming all my games. So I played like 3, 4, 5 games in a row type stuff.
Yeah.
So I was still doing that. I was like, well, it'd be a good opportunity to get more people to watch me play. And then as stuff happened or whatever, so I left. And then I guess it's different. It gets different. It's kind of back the same to what I was used to before I left, honestly.
Okay.
So it's getting back to at least what I would call normal.
So what does normal look like for you? Because Crossfire for me has only been one way. So what is Crossfire normal like for you?
It's about what it is now. I mean, I guess I can't really. It's not as competitive as I would like it to be. Still, like what it used to be.
Okay.
It used to be insanely competitive. I'm talking like 14-2 users missing not getting a buy type stuff. It's not as competitive as it used to be, but it's still pretty good. It's competitive. It's a lot. It's a lot more hinged now. It used to be unhinged, like completely unhinged. The chat, the rules, stuff like that. I mean, there used to be no rules at all. Pretty much, it would be you can go for it whenever. There's no play calling rules, stuff like that. But Jagoda's done a pretty good job of making it to where it's not too many rules, but good enough rules to where it's a playable league, I'd say.
Okay, I respect that. Yeah, rules is one thing in the league where it's like, yeah, it can. And if there's a lot, then to me it makes it to where like you can't really play a game without thinking about, oh, is this a rule? Is this a you know what I'm saying? And so that's why this league is loose enough to where like I'm never having to worry if I'm breaking a rule. And I still feel like the rules still allow everybody to have like their own identity in terms of offense and defense. So like for me, I have no complaints rule wise.
No, that's fine. I do not like that you can rush 2 people, and I do not like that that is 6-minute quarters. I think that's just insanely fast. I do not like that you can have True Clock on off all the time. That's super whack.
The Wolfpack special.
Yeah.
The Wolfpack special, man.
Yeah, like bro had the ball. I had the ball one time, the whole first half. Versus him.
That's wolf for you.
I still was up 14-0 at halftime. But still.
Trust me, whenever I had the Bears last night and I was trying to stat pad, it was definitely put some chinks in my armor.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing would be changing the minutes and not allowing True Clock. To be honest, what don't nobody be is weird enough to rush 2 people every play. I haven't seen nobody doing that yet. But
yeah, I don't think I have. I don't think I've run into anybody that only rush two.
If they do, then we don't have a problem.
Okay. For you, like in terms of the team that you have at the moment, like what are things that you like about the construct of the team? What are things that you might dislike, and what are things you're looking to add with the Panthers?
I do not have.
What are your goals?
I need receivers. That's really about it. To be honest, I need receivers. I really would like. I mean, I'm handicapped with my quarterback. To be honest, bro. Like I can't get any awards and I can't get any stat caps for a dev upgrades because dude started at 2 touchdowns, 24 picks within 3 games. So I can't even like get any awards. So I'm handicapped. So I mean I would like a quarterback with abilities since I can't even like get this one to it, but it's fine. I mean as long as he's not selling me too much, it's fine. But receivers is the biggest thing for sure.
That's your biggest need.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I did have DJ Moore, but I need more. I need at least one more. Terrace Marshall's fine, perfectly fine. I just need receiver, another one.
Okay.
I could have had one, but bro charged him first, and I really didn't want to pick first for Garrett Wilson, so I just keep rocking with what I got.
So in an ideal situation, let's say like in an ideal situation where you get to pick your team, pick the leader of any team, what is a team that you feel like fits for what you want the most? Who would you pick?
Oh. I probably would pick if I just had to pick like any team.
Yeah, if you had like
start with,
in theory first pick, who does Dez pick?
I always say the Chiefs because they got Mahomes and Kelsey, and I'm a really big tight end ability person, which my tight end does have abilities, which I can't wait to get him to like 80 overall, at least. But I usually say the Chiefs because they got Mahomes, and I can figure everything else on his own. They got fast linebackers. They got good enough DBs. The receivers aren't the best, but receivers are so easy to trade for. I feel like.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the Chiefs, probably maybe the Chargers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't ever pick that high, to be honest.
Trust me either. I ain't gonna lie to you either.
Yeah. I can tell you the highest I picked before. I think the highest I picked it was like 7, and that was like in another league, Madden 21. I picked the Eagles because they were stacked, to be honest. But I usually don't ever pick that high.
For you, with the games that you've had so far this season, is there any games that you were looking to that you've played, or any games that you're for the rest of the season that you're looking forward to? Any user that you're looking forward to playing?
I wish I could play Ice Water again. Not gonna lie, because he said
Ice Water.
He said I got lucky. That the game was bailing me out because he was getting inaccurates. To be honest, I mean, no disrespect to you or anything, but he crossed the 50 the same amount of times you did.
Hey, now everybody can score points like Dallas now. It's hard.
I'm just saying. They crossed the 50 the same amount of times. I'm looking for. I can't wait to play Ken week 15. I play Ken week 15. Yeah, and then I play Joe week 16.
What does the score look like for you versus Ken? You versus Joe? Tell us now. What does the score look like those games?
I don't know the score, but if Ken plan on running the ball all game, he ain't gonna win. Like how he played in the Super Bowl, that ain't gonna beat me.
So you saying, but if Ken airs it out, he'll whoop you?
What'd you say?
So you saying if Ken throws the ball, he's gonna win?
No.
I
don't see myself losing to Ken.
Is it gonna be a close game or no?
It's usually not very close when I play him. He done won probably less. He probably won like less than 3 times his whole life versus me.
Dang. So you saying you own Ken?
That my dog though. I ain't gonna say I own him. He ain't like Ice Water. Ice Water really my son.
Ice Water, your son?
Really my son.
So if you see Ice Water in the playoffs, you won 2017. Is it gonna be pretty much similar or worse since you don't play them now?
He'll probably try to keep the ball the whole time.
He gonna pull out the wolf scheme.
He tried it a little bit this game. He said he didn't have Mike, so he couldn't throw streaks or whatever like he planned to do, but it's fine.
Oh, so he really said he only won because he had a beat up team and you was getting.
He said I won because I was getting lucky because he was getting thrown inaccurate. But I am looking forward to playing Joe, even though he run tight all game. It'll be annoying, but it'll be all right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably lose that game because he gonna run man the whole time.
Who, Ken?
No, Joe.
Oh, Joe. So does Joe worry you as a user?
No.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. Do you feel like you'll probably end up losing that game?
Only because he gonna run man the whole time. Not because he better than me, but he's gonna run man the whole time.
We have a comment from someone in the chat. I would like to fill you in real quick.
What's up?
The Bears said I'm gonna have to whoop his ass. He don't think I'm a big game. What do you say to that?
I play AJ all the time.
Is it ever competitive?
The game don't excite me because we didn't play it already this cycle. I ain't played neither one of them. That's why I've been so excited to play because there's so many different new people in here that I haven't played before.
Yeah.
So I play AJ. I play AJ all the time when the game come out. I play AJ in another league. We actually play in a couple weeks in another league. So I mean, it's not even about getting excited about it. It's just I play him. I don't play. Yeah. I haven't played Ice Water since Madden 21. I haven't played like Wolfpack, even though he played the same. I don't know who the Falcons dude is. I don't know who. I know Ken, but I also haven't played Ken since like Madden 21. So it's I just haven't played some of these dudes.
So I know for the Falcons, he was a really solid user last year.
Shout out to him though. He always in my stream talking and stuff like that. I really appreciate it, honestly. He subbed.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good
Falcons that might end up being a game of the week whenever y'all play. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who else plays that week, so don't hold me to it. But that might end up being like a game of the week type of deal. Yeah. I know pretty much his philosophy is you can't guard Kyle Pitts, so don't even try it. So I mean, he's just letting you know ahead of time you ain't gonna guard Kyle Pitts.
If he playing going Kyle ball the whole time, that's fine.
Oh, have you played Truth before, the Lions user?
Lions? KO? Yeah, that's why that joke was so funny to me because he used to be terrible. He used to be real bad. AJ, I mean, you guys, AJ and like Ungo and stuff like that. He used to be bad. So then to see him like winning and stuff like that, a lot like that, that's pretty good. That shows he didn't got better at the game. It's respectable.
Exactly. That's you got to respect people that just take the time. They deal with the whoopings.
Yeah, they're trying to get better.
Exactly. I tell you, man. So, do you have a dream playoff matchup?
I know you. I want to play you again.
Damn.
Don't keep it a buck. You.
Why me specifically?
Because you said that you would bet somebody $200 that I wouldn't make the playoffs, which was insane.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe that you was willing to lose money like that.
So our playoff game, if I feel like making playoffs,
see
that you end up making playoffs, and we see each other,
feel like it.
Look, man.
Nah, like that's bullshit to me.
Hey, it can be what it is to you.
What do you mean?
Hey,
what motherfuckers don't feel like winning?
Hey, dog.
Come on, bro. That's BS.
Hey, man.
I just don't feel like winning.
Hey,
right.
We will see come playoff time how the cookie crumbles.
No, I like
if I see you in playoffs.
Ice water don't. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, you said ice water.
That's because I really like playing him because he honestly really good at the game. He plays so scary. Like he actually he is really good. Like I can tell the stuff he be doing. Like he really good. He be sweating.
Yeah, it's a couple sweat. Like you know the difference in the sweats
Yeah,
whenever you play him.
he be sweating, and so it's fun playing him.
Okay.
Sure.
Obviously, have you AFC wise? Is there any? Well, I don't think you play. You only play AFC South, I believe.
Yeah, I play Canada.
But yeah, outside of that, I know there's been a good amount of users that you haven't had the opportunity to play. So I mean, I guess it's for you. It's just gonna be a whole new little revolution of users.
Ravens. Ravens was fun.
The Ravens.
He used to be terrible too.
Mm.
I mean, I haven't watched a single game of his, to be honest. So I don't know if he's still bad or not. But he used to be bad too.
Record wise, no.
I'm talking about.
I have my own thought. I have
record
my
don't
own
really matter to me.
Yeah.
Record
That's how I
don't
say
really
record
matter to
wise.
me. I'm talking about
Record wise, I've only played Ravens one time. For me, it was a pretty cakewalk of a game, like very easy. Revival, man. I'll let you slide in with any questions, man. What's up, Revival?
No, I was sitting here just sitting standby listening to you guys talk here. One question I did have though, going back to the week 15 you play the Packers.
Yeah.
You did say if you're talking about with Ken and how you know him, how you used to always beat him all the time, and that's like your brother basically, your boy.
Yeah.
So obviously the way Kenny played in the Super Bowl was good enough to beat the Packers. If you're always beating Kenny, we can safely say that you should be able to beat the Packers no problem, because if Kenny did it and you beat Kenny all the time, I mean,
so it's different because it's about matchups.
What do you mean by matchup? You're talking about with your defense and his offense, or?
So I feel as if I can beat Ken because super conservative people like that usually don't beat me.
Okay.
It's only a couple people that can really play that conservative and beat me. Super conservative people like that don't really. It's about matchups. If that matchup was really good for Ken because Joe has no run defense, as y'all saw,
None at all.
as we all saw,
None at all.
Like he don't have a clue at all. So I feel as if I have run defense. I know how to stop the run, so I get Ken to throw the ball a little bit more than he want to. That's different. That goes in my favor. When I say I'll probably lose to the Packers is because he's going to play man all game. I already know that. That's just what he's going to try to do. And one, I don't like running the ball at all. It's not very fun. It's not fun to me. But I will if I honestly have to. If I really, really want to win the game, I'll get out there. You can ask Jacob. I ran 25 times versus him the other day, a couple weeks ago.
Got you.
So if I just really, really want to win a game, then yeah, I'll do what I need to do.
So if it was the difference between like a regular season and playoff game, like let's say for example you playoffs,
yeah,
and you were playing, then you would run the ball because obviously you're trying to win.
Yeah,
no one wants to lose
you can't just get out there throwing the ball every play.
Gotcha.
You gotta have something.
Understandable.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And then I was listening to you when you were talking about, like you said, the second time around it's different. Obviously new faces. I wasn't here the last time, obviously. So do you feel like the culture is a little bit different? Do you feel like now there's a lot more going on now, or do you feel like last time when you joined was a lot more going on, like as far as like graphic content, users, chat?
It's about the same. It's like 1,000 more people in the chat this now. It only used to be the 32 people plus maybe like 2 people in the front that was on the wait list.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a lot more controlled as far as the chat and stuff like that, and as far as what people used to be saying and shit like that. It used to get crazy. It used to be.
You haven't been here past 10 p.m., have you, in the chat?
Oh no, I usually I usually I be out of there. And I used to get wild, but it wasn't like toxic. But it was a lot more. I guess it was a lot more people talking shit about Madden than it is now. I feel like it's only about the same people talking shit about Madden.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like literally the whole league, always talking.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think with everything that's happened in CFM, like as a whole, like with leagues getting deleted, I think everybody had to restart. I think at least twice. I think our league, I think a lot of the users actually got that little coupon where I think you pay like 50% of the cost of Madden, whatever, for Madden 24. So I think the game would be like $20-$30 or some shit like that. I know I got the coupon in the email, whatever, or something like 20 or like 25, 50% off, some shit like that. Yeah. But what I was saying, like I was getting to the chat, like being crazy, is if you ever have the time, like you know what I mean, you have some downtime, like the chat does get toxic, it does get a little bit crazy, it does go too far to the left. After about 10 p.m. any given day, you can pick a day you want. It does get crazy. You start seeing some weird things in there.
See, my other league, they don't wait till 10 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it gets going. It gets wild at 7 a.m.
Oh man.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, it's cool. It's still cool though this time. I just like, honestly, at this point, I just like telling all the new people that they not good.
Gotcha.
At least that's what I'm having fun with the most, is just telling them that they not good.
So you did say you're like you're like a streamer, right? Like, so you do that like full time, part time. It's like sort of like
I only stream Madden. I only stream Madden. I only say that because I got a sub button. That's really about it.
Okay.
And I mean, I stream with a face. I probably only do stream like face cam music and all that stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, because I did see you have like a layover and whatnot. So I mean, you had to put some type of effort. I mean, do you think if Crossfire ever got bigger than what it is now and got more, I guess, more content and more like streamer given, and is sort of like that was like the push, the agenda on it, do you think you would like maybe push streaming a little bit more? More serious?
No, not at all. I'm keeping it a buck. No.
Okay.
I only like streaming Madden. I stream Madden when I play. That's about it, and then I get off, and then I go play another game.
Gotcha. So, okay. So Madden's just the only game you stream. Other than that, you just cut it off and keep moving.
Last year, when I was playing COD Vanguard, I used to stream Vanguard because I thought Vanguard was dope.
Gotcha.
I mean, I play games with AJ and Jacob all the time that I don't stream.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we play COD, we play Apex or whatever. We play all the time.
Okay, cool. Any prediction you want to do for this division? I mean, obviously you're in a win streak and you're turning the team around. You think you're in third place, second place in the division? You want to make any predictions?
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna win the division. I feel like I should, because I don't think I should lose many more times. But I mean, who knows? You know how Madden is. They could give some of those games out there, then it'll be chopped real quick. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, I fumbled two of my first 3 plays versus Eagles. It was whack.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that. I don't know. You never know, but it just really depends. I do think I'll make the playoffs though. No issues.
Okay.
If I don't play Jacob in the playoffs, I'm going to the Super Bowl.
You say if you don't play Jacob in the playoffs, you're going to the Super Bowl?
Because I don't really know how me and Jacob we go back all the time. I'm pretty sure our series this Madden is 3-3 right now. And we both have a victory over each other in the playoffs. So I feel as if he I feel as if he the only person that can beat me in the playoffs. So if I don't play him, I'm going to the playoffs. I'm going to the Super Bowl.
You might. This how I look at it. NFC wise, I think it'll be a very tight. Like the NFC playoffs to me is going to end up being like a beat up on each other in terms of like. I don't think Jacob makes it past the first round personally.
Saying to me.
I'm telling you, man, he don't want to see my boy Thimp, dog. Like Thimp be giving people some problems.
He sucks.
Okay, Jacob don't want to see Thimp though.
Never mind, bro. I ain't even gonna get into all of that. I
I'm just saying.
ain't even gonna get into all of that.
They played, man. They played. Is all I'm saying.
Did you
They
watch
played.
The game?
Yeah. It wasn't a pretty win, but it's a win.
I'm gonna have to do film breakdowns. Jagoda, you listening to me? I'm gonna have to do film breakdowns with more than half the league, so y'all can really see how shit be going down on the
because
I really feel like half these folks just load up the game and just call plays and shit. We're gonna have to do some film with this or some mess like that.
Because I'll put it like the way you view the Ravens offense is the same way I view Jacobs offense.
I never seen the Ravens play.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Never.
Who said it in the chat then? Who said it in the chat?
I ain't never seen him play.
I think it might have been Bryce that said it. The way Bryce talked about the Ravens offense, the same way I look at Jacobs offense.
Jacob do play gay. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey!
You my bad.
You can't get us banned?
He do.
Hey!
He know. Jacob plays so weird, bro.
He plays happy.
He plays super weird.
He said he plays bait, yep. Like bait defense. YouTube bait algorithm. Bait.
It's a lot of it. Don't nobody play weird like Jacob. He can get crazy. Like here, bro. I told Jacob just a couple weeks ago. I was like, bro. Why you come out and immediately pull up the audible screen for no reason? Like bro, I'm telling you, as soon as he gets to the dang screen, he pulling up the audible screen. Like wow. And then I've been trying to get Jacob the whole cycle to work on his pocket presence. Jacob's not the ball and back 30 yards and then be crying about inaccurates. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I like Jacob, go practice mode and do this. Nah, I don't feel like it. All right, bet.
Nah.
All right, bet.
That's that nah. That's that nah.
Hey, man. I really don't like how Jacob play the game. I don't. Okay. It's very annoying. But
is there any like style of offense that you like hate playing against? Like someone that
I hate playing against how Ken play. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I hate it. It bothers me so much.
On offense?
Yes. and because it just takes so long, they take so long to snap the ball. And knowing dang well, like they can't pass the ball and just taking so long to snap the ball on pass plays just to come out and double slants with a streak. Like, bro, you could have been snapped the ball. Stuff like that. It sucks.
Yeah.
I hate the way Ken like people. I can't stand playing people like Ken. It bothers me. But if the game is serious enough, I won't let it get to me.
Gotcha.
But if it's like
but
if it's like a week 5 game and I'm just like he kind of here type mess, I might lose.
The Falcon said he finna steal your method of offense. He said he finna just flip the play the entire game. He said that's what won you belts. That's what the Falcon said. He said he's stealing your method.
Oh, so to be honest, I only be flipping the play when it depends, like on if I want to go to the wide side or the short side of the field. There's some plays that I run, they have to be ran to the short side. I know that sounds crazy, but it works.
No, it makes sense.
Short side.
I know we run.
Yeah, like when I played you was talking about some. You was talking about some like I was flipping a play, trying to mess you up. I wasn't trying to do that.
Hold up. Oh, not you, Dez. My bad.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. But
my bad.
But no, some people though. No. There's no need.
Man, me personally, I'll say actually, Revival, I'll be interested to hear your answer as well to this, but like I know we got Bill in the chat. Bill, if you feel like popping in for like a quick answer. For me, my most irritating method to go against is people that like if they just wait until 1 second is on the clock to hike it, but without chewing clock. Like I hate that with a passion, and I just hate going against Gunch because it's like been the same thing for like the past 6 years in a row. Like
sometimes
that's fine.
I personally like Bunch because it's you can run it on either hash, and it's good against all the coverages. Only time it's not good is if the dude is spamming man and you don't have good receivers. That's the only time Bunch is just like not good. But they actually nerfed it though, with you not being able to block the tight end. Tight ends can't block defensive ends now, so it's kind of nerfed, to be honest. Which is why a lot of people are using tight. I feel like I'm giving y'all too much info about the video.
No, I mean it's pretty much it. All the top formations is bunch, tight. I think it's called tight end offset.
Mm-hmm. No, it's funny though, because I be talking about stuff like this, and in our other league with Jacob and AJ, and like Ungwe, I be talking about stuff like this, and if they be, and I feel like they're giving too much information on the game, I make them delete what they said about the game. I was like, you giving out too much information about the game. Not everybody's supposed to know this stuff.
Man.
So you feel like if guys they want to know, they gotta tune into the game and find out.
Yeah, that's why when I play, I don't show my defense on the screen. I don't never pull up my defensive play art because I don't need nobody stealing.
That's kind of smart. I mean, I know I have a habit of doing it, and I see a lot of people that don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just like a muscle memory, just kind of press L2, R2, whatever, and just.
Yeah, no, I actually, that's honestly, until a couple months ago, I had my previous playoff. And the only reason I had it off because the league had it off, and I didn't feel like turning it back on, which I don't even look at it, to be honest. Unless somebody just runs something that I haven't seen before, I don't even look at it.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Any other questions you can think of, Dallas?
I don't have any questions right now. I know in general whenever y'all talked about the game with Joe and Ken and about how, Joe doesn't have good run defense. Ken obviously is going to try to run the ball.
Uh-huh.
Another thing I think that Joe hurts himself is he doesn't have like a plan B. Like his plan A is just those certain plays, and then like he's just going to run it and never be able to switch up. And I think the legit best people can win games in multiple ways. Like at one game, somebody can throw for 300. Another game, they can run for 250, and it's like that's what makes them, to me, a top user. Whereas Joe was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just sail the ball the entire time."
Yeah, I don't know. Joe's good though,
and he didn't understand clock management.
I also feel like Them does the same thing.
He does.
Especially when I was playing Jacob, Joe was just trying to blitz his head off the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take any credit from Joe. I mean, even though the way he plays sometimes, you're manipulating the game. You're not really beating the user, but I mean, his skill is still there. I mean, you still have to have some type of skill to stop him. But I feel like the Bengals user, I think, is more dynamic on offense than Joe is on with the Packers. Yeah. Just because the Bengals can run and throw. I mean, he demonstrated. I think the one game I was talking shit in chat. And I was like, he only throws the ball, and then he ran the ball the next game, and I think he ran like for 200 some yards. So
also, I know my dog got a bad record. But y'all better respect my dog AJ. Straight up.
Who?
Y'all better respect my dog AJ.
Yeah, no.
Oh. I mean, I
know he got he's my dog.
I mean, he's beat the Packers, so I mean, he has to have some type of skill set. I mean, but I think given his situation with that team, I mean, you were given the same situation too. I mean, it wasn't like you were gifted this all-star team either.
But having his team before the draft.
Exactly, and
that's true. Yeah.
So that's why I look at it like he had a whole off season plus the draft. Right, 2-7 period is just like no.
I was like, I had to deal with this. I mean, which this dude, whoever had the team, he didn't draft bad at all. I was kind of vibing. I got good players. Like I got a superstar tight end. My quarterback's not bad. I think I got the best rookie quarterback as far as the dudes that don't have abilities. I feel I got the best one. But he didn't draft bad at all. So it was fine. I don't know what the hell AJ was drafting. I haven't even looked at his team.
He basically got a running back and I think a superstar or an X Factor corner. I think it's a superstar corner. But he got a fast running back and a superstar corner.
Right there.
In general, man.
That's a fucking running back.
I'm always look at the Bears like a Super Bowl ready team. Because if I can join week 10 of a season and win with them, year one, yeah, you already know. You already know.
But no,
you already know.
The rest of the should be fun.
So if you got so let's just fast forward, right? We played 3 cycles, 4 cycles in. Madden 23 is over. Now we're seeing all the the cringe highlights of Madden 24, how it's the best game ever. What team, if let's just say, I don't know, let's just say you got pick 18 or whatever, or what team would you want to pick for Madden 24, especially like some of the offseason moves that some teams.
I tell you the team I don't want Seattle. I don't want the Patriots. Other than those two, it don't really matter, to be honest. So it would really I'm about balance, so it really would depend on which conference is good and which one is not. I'm not saying I would go to the one that's weak just because, but
that would be my next question. Would you go to a division that you can kind of cakewalk through, or would you want to have a little bit of a challenge?
I personally hate sweat divisions. I personally just don't like them. It makes the burnout come a little bit earlier than what it should. Me personally, especially it comes to like in my other league, we in year 6. My division is not very good besides one person, and I'm fine. But I don't know. I mean, as far as like one team that I just really would want, I'm trying to think. I gotta look at the list of teams. It really just depends on the draft, to be honest.
What about the Cowboys?
I would fucking love the Cowboys.
I'm about to say the Cowboys is amazing.
I would love the Cowboys just because they got nice pieces.
Yeah,
they not like OD good anymore like they used to be, like the past couple Maddens. They're not like super good, but they still nice for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like Madden, Lions would be fun. The Lions would be fun. Any of the rookie quarterbacks would be fun. It don't really matter, to be honest. It don't matter which one. Just give me one. I would really take one of those guys. Any one of the teams with the rookie quarterbacks.
Man, I know myself. I would say the team I probably want to stay away the most from. And that's only because they've really drafted pretty terrible. Like literally, Henry Ruggs isn't even in the league anymore. But the Raiders is like a team.
If they get a rookie quarterback, I really want the Raiders.
I don't know what they're gonna do though.
I don't know. I really do. Me personally, I really do want the Raiders if they get a good quarterback. If they get a rookie quarterback.
What makes you like the Raiders a lot like that? Like
one, I'm a fiend for tight end abilities. They got Waller. They got Devontae Adams.
They're about to trade him probably.
Maybe, who knows? And everything else I can figure it out. But the quarterback, I don't have to have an ability at quarterback because I just build that myself. I just do that myself. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much all the question that we had. I mean, as always, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Look forward to seeing you back on the show. And if your statement is true, and you don't meet Jacob in the playoffs, and you make the playoffs, and you make the Super Bowl, we'll see you again on here.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully have you on here. We could do a halftime Super Bowl pre-show. You know what I mean? So
we could do a show at halftime.
But all right, it's a pleasure having you.
Yes, sir.
Again, I've never personally played you, but it's always a pleasure. Watching you play.
I appreciate that.
And so, keep doing what you're doing out there, and I look forward to seeing you, later on.
Yes, sir, bro. I appreciate it so much.
All right, no problem. Well, that's all we have for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Keep in mind, we'll probably have our next show. Probably next weekend, and then of course we also have our new show that's going to be coming out with me and Dallas. We're going to be introducing that. The name of The show is going to be Behind the Sticks. If any of you want to be on the show, want to be the first guest, reach out to me or to Dallas's DM, and just say, hey, I want to get on first. Want to kind of sort of maybe give a spotlight to like just one user. If in the event that there's just a really big demand on it, we could probably do the thing and just kind of sort of split it, 50-50. But again, reach out to our DMs, and as always, with our Come On Man clips, if you have any clips and games that you want to put out there that you feel like you made a user look silly, or something that you've watched personally, and just sort of screen record or clip it on Twitch or whatnot, send it in, because the more feedback and more clips and more content we get from you guys, the better the shows we make. And as always, as I like to say, is that if you guys have any type of topics you bring up or anything like that, I know Jagoda's DMs and anybody else and admin wise, the DMs is always open for any suggestions. So just keep that in mind. But without further ado, I'm gonna end the show. You guys have a great night. Peace.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the.
I definitely feel like there is. Like, he might be a little nervous, but I got ice in my veins. I'm not gonna be nervous at all. I'll be slinging that rock. I'm gonna be locking up. Like, it's gonna be a blowout. Like I'm calling it.
Kick is up, and that kick is a done deal. Congratulations, Ken is your Super Bowl champion.